catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal, and I know you see this fly up here. I want you to know that I have a young lady today. Her name is Keisha Watson, and I am excited to be here with Miss Watson today. This is story time, and you know what we do is we help people to share their stories, and individuals out here are definitely they're going through life as we know it. And on Storytime, what we like to do is we like to help you connect with life experiences. So this young lady has a story to tell. So I'm going to bring her up. I see her in the room. Keisha, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right. Well, I thank you so much. I know in the middle of your busy schedule that we wanted to get you so you can share your story with us. Tell the people
Mhm.
who have never met you before what your name is and where you're from, Keisha.
My name is Keisha Watson. I'm from a small town in Johnson County called Kinley, North Carolina, but now I reside in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay. And Keisha, you are a mother and you have some grandchildren as well. How many children and grandchildren do you have?
I have four beautiful girls. I have three beautiful granddaughters and a handsome grandson.
Excellent. And Keisha, let me ask you a question. You are how old?
47 years old. I'll be 48 next month on the 18th.
Okay. And you're doing this right now. Now I know that you work what type of work do you do?
I drive for Circle part time.
Okay. Okay. So Keisha, when I met you, you told me, you said, you know what, I've been through some things. So we met at a church event. Uh,
Yes.
and tell the people what church you attend.
Um, it's called River Grove in Angel, North Carolina. My pastor is Joseph B. You gotta excuse me, my mind is not here today. Jones, and I love that church. It make you feel like you at home. And he is old school. He teaches the real word, not none of this preaching that go on with the hooping and hollering. He's straight to the point.
Okay. Okay. And the thing about it is, Keisha, you know, a lot of times people they go through. I usually do my show in the evening, right? But you know, right now I'm
Hmm.
going to get you in the middle of the day because in the daytime is when life happens for people,
Yeah,
right? People
yeah,
are on their way, they're going to work, they're doing what they do. So what is
yeah,
it about you? When I met you, you told me, you said, Miss Crystal, I've been through some things, you
yes,
know.
I have.
Tell me a little bit about the things that you've been through and what had made you the woman you are today.
Um, I've been through getting molested when I was in the kindergarten, walking home to school. I got I have got molested and raped by a family member that's not longer on earth. Um, I deal with anger and depression real bad, and I wouldn't take my medicines because they weren't doing what I wanted them to do.
Hmm.
Like when I'm depressed, so I started abusing drugs.
Okay, so
I
let's
started abusing drugs at the age of 21.
Wow. So let's talk about that for a minute. There are some people who may watch this show and they may have gone through what you are talking about, being molested by a family member. A lot of
Hmm.
times people keep that quiet. They keep it quiet. They don't talk about it because they're threatened and the family member says, you better not tell nobody, especially
Yeah.
with children. How did you cope with that?
It was not good because that was some of the reason why I was abusing drugs too. Cause I'm saying that you supposed to be safe in your own home, but some families just have that one or two family members that just want to mess with the cousins or the nieces or whatever. And it really, it's like my whole life changed in kindergarten. Also in kindergarten, when I came home, I tried to kill myself by setting a fire under my mama bed, and I never told my mama what happened to me till I got 15 years old because I got molested when I started kindergarten, and I was getting molested by a family member for off and on for 6 months.
Wow.
Six months. He was my one of my family member was penetrating me. I was like 13 years old, and it went on for about off and on for about 6 months. He penetrated me one time, and the rest of the times it was molesting me, like feeling on me where he shouldn't be feeling on me at.
So when you look back on this now and having children in your home now, what do you do to protect them and to kind of teach them if they're ever in a situation like that to speak up?
My children was put in a situation like that. My family wanted me to marry this man, and I'm gonna say his name Charlie Parker is my first husband. I didn't know nothing about this man, but my family told me you need to settle down, and you getting older, you need to settle down. That's a good man for you. But when that good man that they thought was a good man took that mask off, I end up with one of my children got my oldest daughter got raped. My second daughter got raped. My third daughter that's now dealing with schizophrenic got molested, and one of his fingernails were inside of her, and she had MRSA, and she had to take medicine at a small age for a while. And I had in the humility, and I still beat myself up till today about them that happening to them because I didn't never want that to happen to my children. And I that's when I started really abusing drugs real bad because they were smaller.
Well, I want to
And
tell you
for
right.
them to go through that with someone I brought in the home that thought I cared about me, but it won't nothing about it. So I fought with drug. I fought with a drug addiction up to a year and a half ago.
Well, you know what? I want to commend you because you won that battle. You
Yes.
you fought the good fight and you made.
Hmm.
Now, did you do that on your
It's
own?
hard.
Did you do that
Yeah,
with?
I quit a whole lot of times cold turkey. Then when I get around the wrong environment, I end up going back to it. But now I've been clean going on 2 years now, and I'm thankful for that because I feel I don't look the same. Like if you look back to some of my pictures, you wouldn't be able to tell that I was high of crack or cocaine at that time.
So Keisha, you said something important. You said when I was in the wrong environment, the environment,
Hmm.
people, places, and things are very, very important. Talk about that for a minute.
Yes. Okay. Like for say like someone invites you, you saved and you doing right, and you ain't trying not to be in that environment no more, but you end up being in that environment. Cause I had been in an environment around people won't doing drugs, and I fought it and didn't want to do no drugs. This was about in 2007. Fought and didn't want to do no drugs, but after I paid my bills, the next following day, that drug enemy was on. They were doing it last night. You didn't want me, but I bet you want me today. You got money in your hand. I bet you want me today, and I end up abusing the drugs, making myself look foolish. But weak, if you are weak like I was, What I should have been doing was on my knees praying and ask God to help me, but no, I just fall in cycles, and I sit there and just abuse drugs to get that numb feeling. Cause the high didn't last long, you know. And I'm saying you just gotta try to keep yourself in a strong, steady environment.
Yes, yes, yes. And you know
You
what?
gotta keep yourself in a strong, steady environment because that drug demon and that depression demon will jump on you, and if you weak, it'll tear you apart. I
Yes.
have seen it tear so many people apart. It's many times I got cuts and bruises on me where I cut myself up and try to commit suicide because I didn't want to live in this body no more because I didn't know how to just erase everything that happened. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of it, happening to my kids, it's like it had just got worse and worse and worse from 2007 to like 2017. I battled with crack cocaine. Stayed off that. Stayed. I fought with doing it from 2005 to 2017. Then I got off of crack and started snorting powder. So that won't no good. Then getting off the crack because I stayed off it for a long time. Then got right back in it to another way of inhaling it, and it was just as bad as when I was rolling it in my blunts.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Uh,
Hmm.
Now looking back, what would you say to somebody who is struggling with any type of life situation, whether it's a molestation or an abuse or just life, life happening with their
Yeah,
family, they
yeah,
resort to drugs? What would you say to
yeah.
them now that you have stopped?
I would tell them to try God and try Him fully and try Him abundantly, and also if you need to get therapy and you need to get help because some people just can't fight that drug habit by themselves. I done seen some that is done took through there. I mean, they smoke crack to the day they drop dead, and I'm talking about I wouldn't want that to be a part of nobody's life because that drug demon is something ugly.
So do you feel the difference now that you have given your life to the Lord
Oh
and you are
yes, oh yes, oh yes, and people that I don't know see the difference in me too, and that makes me feel good inside. You
yeah.
know.
And so prayer changes things. You've heard
Oh
that.
yeah, people don't understand thinking they can just go and pray. God loves sincere prayers. See,
Yes,
you got to be sincere when you pray.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Now let me ask you this. So there was an old saying I used to hear when I was coming up, and it would say, "If it had not been for the Lord, where would I be?"
Where would I be?
Now
He
you
saved me a many times. Let me tell you a story. Tell y'all a quick story. It's a little disturbing. Okay, after I went through all that stuff about my first husband, Charlie Parker, raping and molesting my kids, um, I did that. So I separated with him, but I ended up still with him because he still would threaten me and talking about he was gonna kill me. But I finally got away from him after he beat me at the hospital. I had a friend to come pick me up. So the social worker told me to get an apartment. Oh, trust when she told me in 6 months to have an apartment, I had an apartment. But I got up with another dude that I met when I was homeless. Drugs, the drugs. I mean, he and so he was on drugs. I wasn't doing the cocaine like that. I was popping the Xanaxes and stuff like that and whatever. So I was dead asleep. He abused me by sticking his whole arm with me, and I bled out and I died. And they had to bring me back twice on the ambulance, and I had to get emergency surgery up in there at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I thank you, God. I thank God for sparing my life. Cause if He spared me going through all that with the drugs, and I got a bad heart now, but I thank you. I thank God, and I know it won't nothing but God, cause He's seen something in me that I need to do to keep me here. Cause I have met death more than once.
wow. Well, you know what? You are strong and you have survived, and now you're raising the little children and you're taking care
Yeah.
of what her issue. I have to say this now. We had a discussion not too long ago. We talked about the danger in people. You know, back in the day when people tried to do recreational drugs because they thought it was a high to dance and go on.
Oh yes,
Now
yes,
they're lacing these things. They're lacing
yes.
these.
With fit, they licensed to. I done had like 3 or 4 friends I used to hang out with that died because they were laced with fentanyl. So if anybody out here listening to me, leave the drugs alone. Please try anything but drugs. Try Jesus. Keep praying. It might not come there, but God's always on time because these drugs is not like when you was coming up to be okay. Because they lacing fentanyl in marijuana and they lacing it in cocaine. And just say no. Say no.
And Keisha, sometimes people think because they know the person they're getting it from that they're safe.
Oh, and they be the, listen, let me tell you something. It was one person that I used to get it from, and they was on drugs they sell. So sometimes I got some good stuff, and sometimes I got some bad. And sometimes I just look at myself, look at all that money I don't waste. I could have had land in a car sitting here paying a drug dealer bill buying for this little couple of minute high when I could have just found out another solution to deal with that pain I was dealing with. Because it's not worth it to lose your life over getting on drugs.
Yes, ma'am. And you know what? It's like you said something before. You said it's a temporary gratification. You know, after
Yes,
you
ma'am.
get high, the issue is still there. So why not just
Yes,
try to look for a way to
yes,
solve the
yes,
now,
yes.
let me ask you this. Today in today's society, we have what we call dispensaries. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people do go that route to purchase
Yeah,
from a dispensary because they consider that to be a little safer.
yeah.
Sometimes people have to have medical diagnosis,
Uh-huh.
but I know people who don't have medical diagnosis, but they go that route because they feel like they're going to indulge. They
Mm-hmm.
feel like if they go to a dispensary, it's not going to be laced and it's not going to be anything that they have to worry about. Do you agree with that?
Um, I don't know about the spirit threes, but even if it's there or not, people still gonna find ways to get their Mary Jane.
Okay, I
you
know that.
know, because they lace that too, but it's marijuana is a downer. It make you feel good, it ease your mind or whatever, but you still got to be careful with it too, because you never know. It might be a person that person might got a grudge on you for some reason, might send you with something, even though they selling it to you, knowing they can't get it, and try to put something in. You never know about people mind this day and time. You never know what somebody would do.
Yes, that's right. And I want to remind everybody if you are being molested or and you need help, there are agencies that you can call for that. I know locally
Please.
We have Interact, and there's a lot of different places.
Yes.
If you have to go to a shelter, there
Mm-hmm.
are out here that will help you, especially women. They stay
Yes.
in situations because they feel like they can't pay the bills and they stay with
Yes.
or person because nowadays you have same sex too. So they stay
Mm-hmm.
with an individual that may
Yes.
be taking advantage of them. So you don't have to stay in that situation.
Right.
I commend you for being strong enough to
Mm-hmm.
speak to God and for finding a church home and for now giving your life over because you
Yes.
have children that depend on you, and that's what people have
Yes.
to understand. So,
Yes.
uh, is there any particular thing that you had on your heart that you just really want people to know about the things that you've overcome?
Yes. I am a domestic violence survivor. To anybody that can see me or hear me, I want you to get help with those drugs. Leave that narcissist man. Please don't get into domestic violence because some outcomes are more in death, and your life is worth saving. So please leave. There's numbers 911, anything that you can call, and please, please, please be careful out here with these drugs, because please say no to the drugs, because people just ain't looking for people best interest no more. They just mixing everything together just to make a dollar.
That's true. And if you're suicidal, you can also call 988. The number
Okay.
988. So there's a 911 number and there's a 988 if you feel as though you're suicidal. Because sometimes
Uh-huh.
people go through this. And I want to say this, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
You have a therapist, as a matter of fact, this Sunday that I'll have on the show. But I want you to really understand that a lot of people suffer in silence. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are a parent or you are someone that has people around you, pay attention to the things they say and the things they
Yes.
don't say. Learn their behaviors and check on them. Like, keep in communication with them. We have to stop being so busy that we don't pay attention, because sometimes people later on be like, Dag, I didn't know. Well, get nosy, ask questions, get in their head, get in their head. Have conversations, ask those questions. I mean, let's stop being so busy. Let's stop being so
Right.
involved on these cell phones and these games
Mm-hmm.
that we don't pay attention to our loved ones. I mean, do you agree? Do you spend time
Yes.
now with your children and grandchildren and making
Yes, I don't have no car. See, I came to Raleigh homeless, and when I was up here, my car got sabotaged. So I've been without a car for 2 years, and it's awful because I won't be able to get to them and do what I need to do with them and stuff. But I still talk to them on the phone and whatever. So
okay? So we got to get you a car. We got to get you.
yeah, I need me a car bed. I've been praying for that thing for about 2 years.
But I'm you know what? I'm proud of you, because when I met you, you wasn't working. So now you have a job. So next time you're gonna be telling me about your car. So you
Hmm.
just keep doing what you're doing because it's working and you are making steps in the right direction. So just making the right choice by giving your life to God, by letting go of the drugs, by believing in yourself. It's all working out for the good for you. It's working out
Yeah.
for the good. So I'm proud of you. I just can't say that enough. I'm so proud. And for you to be bold enough to want to tell people about your story
Oh,
to help someone else,
yeah.
that's
Hmm.
major, because a lot of people won't share it. They won't share it. And so that takes a lot of courage. And so again, I'm proud of you for wanting to do that. And with your health, I'm going to say we're going to claim your healing. We're going to claim your healing, and you are healed in Jesus' name. And even though sometimes people take medicine for things, just keep making those good choices. Eat right. Are you eating right? Did you make choices now to eat healthy?
I don't I don't eat like that. I might eat one time a day, and that's when I get off work in the at night.
Okay. So you're not eating the wrong foods.
Whew, that.
They don't want to tell that. Don't want to tell that story, huh?
Don't
Okay.
want to tell that lie on natural TV all around the world. Mm-mm. I
That's
ain't even gonna lie to you, no ma'am.
well, you know
Mm-mm.
what? That's all right. And
I want to do better by my eating.
well, you know what? That's where it starts. Is the desire. It starts with wanting to do better. It started when you made the choice and said, you know what, I'm leaving. You said you moved to Raleigh homeless. You
Mm-hmm.
got a domestic. You've been through domestic violence,
Mm-hmm.
molestation as a child. You've been through a lot. So I have to tell you, you are definitely a warrior, and you are to be commended because you did not give up. So we are proud of you.
Don't give up. If you give up, you give out.
Yeah, and we know that you took time out to share this story and that you're going to head out and go do what you do to work. So we're not going to keep
Yeah.
you. Any closing remark that you'd like to tell the people that really just are going through? I have to go back to people that are in the situation. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times you have to be creative to get out, to leave. Did you have an exit plan? Let me ask you that. That's how we can close out. Did you have an exit plan, and how did you leave the situation when you were there in the domestic violence and all those situations? Get out.
How I left the situation was I just stop dealing with that person. Period.
Did you
And I
like?
have not been in this domestic violence since. I can't tell you how many times I done put this man in jail and got him back out.
Okay, but when you made the decision to leave,
I
did you
was
just
done
one
when I
day
got in my mind. I said, I'm not gonna keep taking myself with this. I'm done. And when I was done, I was done.
Okay, but what I'm trying to see is to help somebody visualize it. Did you like sit in your mind and say, okay, when he go to work, I'm not gonna be here when he come back, or did you go to work and not come back? How did you leave?
Um, when he came back, he was staying with me, and when he came back, I had his stuff outside.
So you put him out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you? But then you left the city though, so that you could kind of remove yourself completely. Correct? You.
I had to get completely away. I had to get completely away.
So two things I heard, ladies and gentlemen: put them out or leave. If you stay with them, then you leave. If they stay with you, then they have to
Mm-hmm.
go. Put them
Yes,
out. And then if you have
exactly.
to change your zip code, if you have to leave the city, do whatever you have to do. If you don't have family members or friends, remember there are
Yes,
agencies near you that you can call. I know Family Promise of Wake County helps families with children, and the Interact helps women with domestic violence situations. And then again, don't forget, if you're having suicidal thoughts,
mm-hmm.
988. And of course, there's 911. Keisha, I thank you for sharing your story. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. And God bless you. I'm going to bring you
God
back
bless you
that
too.
car so you can give it. So, tag me when you get the car, girl. Tag me on the picture with the car. I would
All
like to.
right.
All right.
God bless you. You have a blessed
Thank
day.
you. I appreciate you. And we are wishing you well for you and your family. And keep making us all proud. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You have a blessed one. And are you going to write a book about your story one day?
I'm wanting to start on that book this year.
Okay.
So
Well,
far, I ain't got down nothing but a paragraph, but
okay. Well,
it'll
just
get there.
talking it into your phone and it'll happen. Okay. Have a blessed
Okay.
day.
You
Thank you.
too.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a person who has a story, if you have a story, contact me. You can send me an email easily. You can email me at Shout Crystal. All right. And we are happy to have you. We don't just want to have always success stories on story time. It is about just really understanding that we know there will be some stories that people have overcome. Okay, it's not always going to be the good story. There's some ugly stories too. All right, but please take your time, share this with somebody that may be in the situation that you heard Miss Keisha talking about. And whatever you do, please, 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 please like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment. And I thank you so much. Once again, story time is here. What we try to do is just help you connect with life experiences. That's what we do. Okay, because some people will talk about it and some people won't. And you have to hear about it to really recognize it and say, that sounds like what she may be going through. Or that sounds like, what he may be going through. So sometimes you have to hear some things and it'll make a light bulb go off in your head. Did that make sense? Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Crystal Bodie Smith. Follow us on YouTube at Storytime with Shout Crystal. And let's get your story told. And you can catch us on Facebook at Crystal Bodie Smith and on Instagram and LinkedIn at Shout Crystal. All right. Have a blessed day. My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. And I always like to say, keep hope alive. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.